the whispers from the past. Emma never believed in ghosts, but when she inherited the old cottage from a distant relative, she hoped the quiet countryside would help her escape the noise of the city and her own restless thoughts. The cottage was charming in a way that felt frozen in time: worn wooden floors, faded floral wallpaper curling at the edges, and a fireplace that seemed to hold 1,000 untold stories. On her first night, as the wind whispered through cracked window panes, she thought she heard faint murmurs, like voices just beyond comprehension. She shook her head, blaming the unfamiliar creaks and sighs for her unsettled nerves. Days passed, and the whispers grew more persistent. They seemed to come from the walls themselves, drawing Emma's attention to places where the wallpaper was worst damaged. Sometimes the voices felt close, almost pleading. Other times, they melted into the silence. Intrigued and unnerved, Emma began peeling back the layers of wallpaper, uncovering faded, cryptic messages scrawled beneath names, dates, and fragments of sentences that spoke of loss, regret, and warnings. The cottage wasn't just old, it was holding onto memories, refusing to let them fade. One evening, as twilight seeped through the cracked windows, Emma discovered a hidden compartment behind the fireplace bricks. Inside lay a small, dusty journal bound in cracked leather. Its pages were filled with the handwriting of a woman who once lived here, her thoughts, fears, and a chilling account of hearing whispers that no one else could. The journal spoke of a presence tied to the house, something that existed between reality and memory, feeding on loneliness and silence. The final entry was abruptly cut off, smeared as if hurried or interrupted. That night, the whispers returned louder, almost urgent. Emma felt an invisible weight pressing against her chest, a cold presence lingering just beyond the edge of sight. She tried to rationalize wind, her imagination, exhaustion, but the air grew thick with something unspoken. The cottage seemed to breathe around her, the walls pulsing with a heartbeat she couldn't hear but could feel. In a moment of desperate clarity, Emma spoke aloud, asking what the house wanted. The response was a breathless silence, followed by a faint, sorrowful whisper, "Remember." Driven by that single word, Emma combed through every corner of the cottage, piecing together fragments from the journal, the hidden messages, and the faded photographs tucked away in drawers. Each discovery painted a portrait of a woman trapped in time, her story tangled with the house, and a loss so profound it transcended death. Emma felt a strange kinship, as if the whispers were not threats, but calls for understanding, for remembrance. Yet as dawn broke, the cottage fell silent once more, leaving her with a lingering question: was she the visitor, or had she become part of the house's endless story?